I'm watching 1923 at the moment, and I haven't unfortunately found the exact one that I was looking for, but there's an episode in 1923 which is the Yellowstone prequel, where I don't know all the characters' names. I'm not very good at holding characters' names, but she's married to one of the Dutton boys who's coming back from war, and she's English, and she's a Sussex. What's your surname? Of Sussex. So that's her. She's a high-ranking English lady who's married the American off in Africa or something, and then she's been separated. So she's come from London. She had to go kind of via the lower decks because she's just run away from her family. She doesn't get to go in the first class. Gets to America, goes into you don't have the rights to come here, so you're off to Ellis Island. And then they portray what happens to people who are immigrating to America, who were the Irish, the low class, they didn't have visas, they were just turning up what they went through. Now, from my research, they did over-dramatize it a lot because she was stripped naked, she was basically inspected internally. And there was aspects of that which are true, but it was like they talk about the 6-second look with people being derobed, and obviously to dramatize it, she was naked for 20 minutes, and 4 doctors looked at her and that kind of stuff. But I did this thing, and I looked up because I wanted to research it. I said, is there any accuracy to that? And I haven't been able to get the exact response that I got then. But the response I got, one of the lines she says in it is, this is supposed to be the home of the free, I've never felt less free than I do right now as she's trying to enter America. And I went, oh, that sounds familiar. And long story short, I'll just read this out. This is not the exact part, but while full-scale naked inspections was not standard practice at Ellis Island for Europeans, the experience was still invasive and humiliating for those marked as a more detailed examination. For non-European immigrants at other locations, the inspections were much harsher. The Immigration Act of 1924, which went into effect the following year, largely ended these inspections at Ellis Island for Europeans, but shifted the medical screening process to US consulates on board. There was a part of this when I Googled it and looked it up that said people were separated from their families. And I'm like, oh, sounds familiar. And the way they describe the immigration process in the 1920s is exactly what we're hearing about the immigration processes now for people seeking refugee status or asylum. And it's like, holy shit, they've been doing, this is not a Trump thing. They've been doing this in America for 100 years. Separating people at the border, doing these invasive things, dehumanizing. So why anyone looks to that country as the shining light on the hill, when this is the history of how they've treated people looking for freedom, it's baffling. I'm sorry, I know this is a tangent, but it's coming out of what they're doing at the Pentagon and taking away all these civil liberties.